Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's the Hebrew Life again. I'm Base Jerusalem, and I'm back with another lesson. It's a good morning this morning. I woke up with this lesson on my mind early. I had it on my mind yesterday, but I had to get it off my mind this morning. We're going to call this one having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. When you think about so-called black people today and the rest of the world, they claim to have a form of godliness, but they deny the power that gives them this godliness. They deny that the engine that keeps the vehicle running, and that's Yah. They want to claim that everything that goes on in their life, everything that happens, whether it's good or bad, is strictly scientific, and the Most High has nothing to do with it. In a sense, when you think about it, just think about when you see entertainers get awards, and you got two different type of entertainers. Some entertainers say, "I want to thank God for this award. I want to give God thanks for this award." The man upstairs. Then you got some people who get up there and they just say, "I want to thank my manager. I want to thank my team, my staff." They never. You got people who never give thanks to the Most High. You got atheists who say they don't believe in the Most High, but if they was to see a person raping a child, or they see somebody walk up and blow somebody's brains off for no reason, then they would say that was wrong. But you're an atheist and you don't have any belief system. So what's right and wrong to you, really? See, you're gonna come to find out, man is doing exactly what they be doing since the beginning of mankind. That's doing what's right in their own eyes. They don't have a structured system or any laws with the Most High. So they're doing what's right in their own eyes. And we all know that man's heart is wicked. So whatever you find to be right in your own eyes could be actually a wicked thing. Let's go to 2 Timothy to kick this off. 2 Timothy, because you're going to find out that we're in these last days that Timothy is prophesying about. These things he speak about are actually happening. Yes, people, we are in the last days. It might not feel like it. Might not seem like it. It never seems like when you're inside of the operation. But once you step out and look, we can very well be living in these last days. 2 Timothy chapter 3. And I'm going to read. "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away." I'm going to jump down to verse 7. "Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth." I'm going to stop right there. Ever learning, but cannot come to the knowledge of the truth. If this isn't black people, I'll pay you out here. I will pay you. It's always some person walking around claiming they know something, but they have no knowledge. When you think about it, knowledge of this world is foolishness to the Most High. So when you got people constantly acting like they're learning and progressing, which black people do, and we're basically on the treadmill, we're going nowhere. If you look up the statistics, black people are bringing in the same amount of money that they were bringing in 1933. The statistics haven't changed. We're not getting the upper hand. We're only being spoiled and destroyed. It says, unthankful, unholy. All of these things are happening in the last days. It says, denying the power thereof. Let's go to Genesis to find out where we get this power from. Where so-called African Americans supposed to get their power from. Because it's not from the TVs. It's not from how you dress and what you say and what you do and how much money you got. This is carnal power. We're talking about spiritual. We're not talking about knowledge from college. We're talking about spiritual knowledge. You can go to college and get your master's your bachelors, your associates, you still won't be able to understand these scriptures because you'll be reading this like it's a textbook or a novel. And this is a history book on black people, over black people, about black people. And there's several other nations of history within this, but mainly it's about Israel. From front to back. This is not about the Christians, about any other false religion. Let's go to Genesis chapter 32 and find out where we get this power from. And where do we get our power from? Because we're denying the power. We don't have the power. So let's figure out when we were first given this power. Genesis chapter 32, verse 27. And I'm going to read. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Yaakov. And he said, thy name shall no more be called Jacob or Yaakov, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with Yah and with men, and has prevailed. We're going to stop right there. He says, thou hast power with Yah, with God. This is how we got our power with God. Through our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And he said, you have power with men and with the Most High. But we only have power with men these days because the Most High, he said he's going to turn his face until we acknowledge what we did to him. And we don't have that power anymore. We don't. We're going to go to Ezekiel 28. We're going to go to Ezekiel 28. Because we're going to get some precepts over people in the scriptures having and denying their power. This is the same thing Hashatan did. We're going to go and prove that. Hashatan did the same thing. Ezekiel 28, chapter 28, verse 6. And we're going to read. We're going to read in verse 15. No, we're going to start at verse 7. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, and a terrible nation shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile the brightness, and they shall bring down to the pits, and shall die the deaths of them which are slain in the midst of the sea. Wilt thou yet say before him that slay thee, I am God, but thou shalt be a man, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. That's what's going on today, people. These people are out here saying they're gods. How are you a God and you're being slayed by something that's not a God? How is black people feeling they have power and they're being slayed? Being slayed in the streets. But they so-called have knowledge and they're educated and conscious. You got all these people who's supposed to be conscious these days. All these people in the Egyptology community. You're conscious. You're an Egyptologist. You believe in the motherland and all this foolery. But you can't tell me how Egypt got shut down. You can't tell me what happened. Why are the pyramids in a form of desolation? Why is this land desolate and you people are still claiming this land? Because people are carnal minded. They only want to claim onto something they can see and touch. This thing we have with Yah, you can't see and touch at the moment. You have a brain in your head, but you can't see and touch that, but you know it's there. But yet people only believe in things they can see and touch because people are carnal minded. This is what they teach them in school, matter. Matter is something you can touch and feel because that's all that matters in the carnal mind, something you can touch and feel. That's all that matters to a person without the Most High in them. Now, we're gonna go to Psalms 14. Because for a person to have no power and believe in no God and believe everything comes from within themselves, they have to be a fool. You hear people say all the time, I don't know where that energy came from. Or the power always comes from beyond something. It's not within these people. When these people have their testimonies on doing monumental things. A lot of people can't explain where this power comes from. A lot of times the power is coming from Hashatan because he's aiding these people. He's playing a God to these people. But when the true power hits you, it's coming from the Most High through his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. And that's the power you're denying. Let's go to Psalms 14. Let's go to Psalms 14 to elaborate on this. Because we all know what somebody is if they say there's no God. We all know what we can throw that person in. We could throw that person in the band of being a fool. Let's read that. Because I'm not saying this. The Most High had King David prophesy this. Let's read Psalms 14. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupted. They have done abominable works, and there is none that doeth good. The Elohim looketh down from heaven upon the children of men to see there were any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Every man is a liar if they don't have these scriptures in them. Even if they do. You see, with the brother from New Jersey, he brought a brother into his home, and his brother betrayed him. So there is none that's good. You can't even trust people who say they're Israel these days. This is why the Most High, the scriptures say, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You got people denying the power of the Most High to do wickedness. They would rather side with the devil and what's not right because that aids them in their wickedness. The misery loves company. What can I say? Every time if you get in this truth, you're going to come to find out that most people aren't going to aid you on. When you get in this truth, your friends will start scoffing. People around you will start scoffing and making you the butt of the jokes. But they don't know you're the true guys and you have your true knowledge. And they're still lost calling themselves black and have no power. The might has been taken out of black people's hands. The next still can't see it. I seen a sister getting choked the other day on TV, on the internet, because the Asian thought she stole eyelashes. We have no respect in this world today. We have no respect, no dignity, and no power. Because we're fools. Let's find out. Let's go to Hosea. Let's go to Hosea to find out why we're destroyed as a people. Because when you see a sister getting choked on the ground, damn near getting her life took, and this person is recording, trying to get a case. No, I'm pinning down the phone and I'm coming with a boot upside his head. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I'm not finna sit there and watch my sister be choking half to death over something she said she didn't even have. These people, it's like this. If you people are losing money that bad and you're that broke that you got damn near kill somebody over eyelashes, you don't need to be in business. And then these brothers come up outside the shops and say black power and they're standing up for their sisters. Where are you when these brothers are kicking these sisters down in the streets? Where are you when people are getting done wrong on a daily? No, you want to come out when something is documented on camera to look like you're the savior and the good guy. But our people are destroyed. We're going to find out why. Hosea 4:6. And I'm going to read. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That has no priest, and be no priest to me, saying that thou hast forgotten the law of Yah. And I will also forget thy children. As they were increased, so the sin increased, so the sin against me. Therefore I will change their glory into shame. That's what's happening to us. Our glory has become shame in this world. Everything we take dear to our heart, that we take as pride, is silly. It's foolishness. You turn on the TVs, these women and these men on these TV shows are being foolish. And they're so prideful. But we all know pride goes before destruction. And our people are destroyed. Let's read that again. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. The Most High is rejecting us because we rejected the knowledge of him, our Elohim, and served other gods. I'm going to do a part 2 to this because 15 minutes is not enough to explain how these people are mistaking their godliness and as having it for themselves. I'll be right back with you people.